I can tell you is they have signed the lead agreement saying that it's their intention to come. They're planning on coming. When they're investing, it's about a $5 billion investment. And when they're doing those kind of things, there's development agreements, there's site work, there's infrastructure, there's commitments that they have to have from the state. And so, yes, there's going to be a commitment. The legislature will have to figure out a way to spend this 245 for either through ODOT or through the Mid-America site to get that site ready. But those are all things, those are details that I'm confident. I've spoken with the legislature. Again, we can use some of this $6.1 billion. And when I think about a use of these funds to make a project like this happen that's generational for Oklahoma, it's the right thing to do. It would be amazing for our state.
Did the Mid-America site get any of the prep funding that went to kind of some of the industrial parks around the state, and could it be used for that?
You know, we've talked about that. We did some prep funding in Tulsa, about $50 million to start developing a new site just there in Catoosa. We did some prep funds down in the Ardmore site. We did some down in Ada on their airport. So we had $250 million in prep funds around the state. Specifically on ARPA, I don't think any ARPA money went to the Mid-America site. Somebody can verify that. But that's also a use. There's still a little bit of ARPA money left, and we could, if it falls into the guidelines, we could use some of that for that.
Can I ask what changed now? I mean, a year ago, Project Ocean was on the finish line, and then they chose Kansas. What changed now? Why does Project Ocean or Panasonic want to do Oklahoma now versus a year ago? What's different?
Well, Project Ocean has never told us no. They've always had a two-state strategy. They also have to wait on demand for their product, et cetera, et cetera. And their steel's going up, I think, right now in Kansas. Their sites, they started working there. And they've always had a two-state strategy. And as a matter of fact, I've talked to some of their executives, and to meet the demand that they're seeing just from their product, they think they'll have to create two more manufacturing sites over the next decade. So Oklahoma, we're in a great position, and so I don't want us to think like, man, they told us no, or they left us at the altar, or anything like that. Until we get a deal signed, like we have now with the LEAD Act, we were going to continue to show that site. And as you know, we were showing it to another large manufacturing facility that ended up going to Canada. But these guys were always there kind of talking to us saying, hey, we're still planning on a second site.
Clarifying, the deadline that we were expecting to come up this week for the LEAD Act funding, April 15th, that deadline is no longer a concern. Is that what you're saying with the signed agreement with these companies?
Yeah, that's our position. You know, you can interpret that LEAD Act a bunch of different ways, and I've heard some scuttlebutt that it's not a guarantee, or there's a couple outs. But listen, on $1 billion contract, most attorneys and most big corporations investing billions and billions of dollars, they're still, hey, this has to happen, this has to happen. There's a couple of little things like that, but it's our opinion, and I think it's Commerce's opinion, that these guys want to come. They have committed to coming. They have run it through their board. They have signed this agreement. And yeah, now we're talking about development agreements, timing now. It's my understanding it's going to take about 15 months for the site development, and then they'll start. So this is something it's a positive thing for Oklahoma. These type of investments don't come around all the time. We need to take advantage of this for the state of Oklahoma. The diversification play here is unbelievable. This past week, I just met with another bond rating agency, and one of the biggest comments, they were here in Oklahoma. I met with Moody's and Fitch and S&P, and they said, Governor, great job on diversifying your economy. Keep that going. We don't see the bumps and the ups and downs in your revenue right now because you've done a great job with aerospace and defense. And we love your oil and gas industry. Well, they didn't say they love our oil and gas industry, but I love our oil and gas industry. But they said, hey, by diversifying, you're spreading that out, and if there's a down in this area and you're growing in this area, that's a good thing. And so we want to keep that momentum going.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.